Hi friends! Today is November 27th and it is my honey's birthday, so I want to make him a very special birthday card. So I thought I would put the camera on and film the process. I have some ideas based on some techniques I've seen online and I want to try them using our Stampin' Up! Products. So I hope you enjoy watching me make this birthday card. I hope it turns out well and I hope that I'll be able to inspire you with this card. So let's start stamping. Okay, so hopefully the lighting's okay because it's late in the day and I normally film in the morning, but it is 20 to 4 and a bit dark, so I hope the lighting's good. And we're also building, we've been working on an extension to our house, so we've got saws and hammers going on right now, so I apologize if there's any noise in the background. And I am so winging in this card. Just to remind you guys, I have no idea how this is going to turn out whatsoever. So I am just bringing in my So Saffron ink refill, and I'm just gonna dab a little bit onto my silicone craft mat. And let's see, maybe a tiny bit of Calypso Coral as well. And I'm going to take some mint macaron. Put a little bit of that on. This could turn into mud, just saying. There is a strong possibility of mud happening here. But you don't know until you try, right? You don't know. You can have an idea and you can try it and hope for the best. This is Balmy Blue. I have my my Settles ink refills right in front of me, so that's what I'm going for because it's quick and easy. Okay, now I have our Stampin' Spritzer, and this has got water in it and I've got a few drops of ink. I'm not even sure what color I've got in there. I'm just gonna go ahead and use it because that might look nice. I'm just using what I have. So I'm just going to go kind of close and start spritzing those really, really well. And I'm using basic white cardstock. I'm not using our watercolor cardstock because I'm completely out of it and I need to order more. So I'm, like I said, using what I have. Okay. Let's see what happens. I am going to put my cardstock on like that. Push it down. I have no idea what's gonna happen. No idea. Oh my goodness, that's pretty cool. Okay, I am going to move some of that down. And I want to pick up a little bit more along the edge. I'm just going to use my finger. Okay, I am going to clean this up, clean my fingers, and come back and dry this. Okay, so there's that piece all nice and dry. And I want some more So Saffron in there. So I'm going to pull out my ink pad and using my blending brush, I'm just going to add some So Saffron in here and see what happens. I think my ink pad needs to be re-inked. Probably thinking, oh my goodness, girl, this is a mess. Well, it could very well stay a mess too. I don't know, but I'm hoping it's gonna look good in the long run. Okay, now what I want to do. Now I'm going to bring in my To the Moon stamp set. I'm going to use my Stamparatus for this part. I'm going to stamp my moon with Pale Papaya. I'm going to stamp it a couple of times. I might even put some gray on there too. I'm not certain yet what I'm doing. Yeah, see, you can't really even see that. A little bit. let's bring in the smoky slate. Let's try some pumpkin pie. No, I'm afraid it's gonna look Halloween-y if I use pumpkin pie. Let's try some bumblebee. And give this a bit of a wipe. Okay. Oh yes, that's perfect. This is going to look very different when it's all said and done. Okay, so I'm going to grab a grid sheet for my Stamparatus because I'm going to be stamping off now. And I am going to bring in my Enjoy the Moment stamp set. Stamp them in black. Okay, I love stencils, so I want to use some stencils. This is how I like to stamp. I like to just play, and I need to move this up so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I like to just play and experiment and, you know, hope for the best. I'm going to put some washi tape down to hold that down. I'm going to start with Sahara sand. I'd rather start with a lighter color and work my way up to a darker color. And I'm just going to use the same blending brush I was using for the yellow and just blend this on. And it's okay that this is going to be just subtle in the background. I don't need it to be Shazam right in your face kind of thing, but just something fun. Oops. By the way, I will refer to some comments I've received in my last couple of videos. Many of you noticed that I had not been wearing my engagement ring. All is well. The ring felt really big for some reason, and so I wasn't wearing it all the time. It was the right size, but we went back to the jewelers. They're about an hour away from here, and turns out instead of a 5.5, I'm all of a sudden a 5. I didn't know fingers shrunk, so had to get it resized. So all is well, because I know some of you were wondering. Okay, let's see what this looks like. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I think I forgot to get the inside of the moon, which is kind of important. So I'm going to line this up again. Okay, now I'm pulling in Daisy Lane. I'm using all kinds of fun stamps tonight. I'm going to use the fern. I'm going to stamp the fern with Garden Green. Now I'm bringing in my fairy. First I'm going to use the big leaf image. Actually, I'm going to pull this down because I'm going to go from the top of the page, or the paper I should say. And let's do it like that. I'm gonna do this one in Shaded Spruce. I absolutely love this stamp, and so I have to use it just because. For no other reason except because I love it so much. I'm just keeping it real. Alright, I'm going to do basic gray for that. Make sure it's not upside down. Nope. See? Oh my gosh, I love that stamp so much. Maybe I need to do that on this side also. Just go up a bit. Might not even need to ink it. Nope, I think that's good, just like that. So I'm going to bring in my watercolor pencils for the thistles, and I'm just going to grab some Old Olive. And I'm going to grab, what color we got here? I think this is Rich Razzleberry. For the birthday dinner tonight, because we've got so much going on with this extension outside, they're just finishing putting the roof up and then the windows and the doors, we decided just to have a charcuterie board and some drinks, and there's a dice game we love called Farkle. So that is going to be the birthday plans for tonight. So I don't have to make dinner, I just have to dish up all the cheeses and meats and pickles and breads and things. So I thought, oh my gosh, I am going to go make a really fun birthday card. This is Bermuda Bay, by the way, guys. And do I want to add any more color? That is the question. Maybe a little bit of, what do we got here? Crushed curry. Alright, I am putting this back into my Stamparatus because I'm getting another idea. Put that back in. Put that down. I'm going to bring my moon back. No, not yet. I'm going to use the sentiment, which is love you to the moon and back. And I'm going to stamp that right. I want it to show, and I got those leaves there, so I want to make sure. Should have thought about that before I put the leaves on, but that's okay. So I'm going to stamp that in black as well. Okay, I am going to cut a circle die. I cannot find my post-it notes, and I really wanted to use a post-it note because I'm creating a mask. I'll just get in there, you. Hang on, there we go. I have to do it this way. Alright, let's give this a little push. And I know if I put a little bit of our multi-purpose liquid glue behind this and let it dry, it'll become repositionable. But I don't have time for that. I have to get this done. I left this birthday card a little too late. Bring this guy back in. Put my mask on. And I'm going to grab my washi tape again. Alright. I am going to bring in, this is the technique kind of thing that I'd seen online that I want to try. I'm going to use, oh my gosh, I don't know what color to use. I'm I'm going to use basic gray. I'm going to take my blending brush again and hold this in place, and I'm going to go right around that mask, and I'm actually going to be going over the whole piece of paper. Let's see what we've got. Pretty cool. Yes, I've lost some of the color in the background, but it's still there and it still looks really cool. I'm going to take my Misty Moonlight and just go around the edges. Here's my idea for the moon, which may or may not work. Let's do it this way. That way the magnet doesn't kind of get in the way for the plate. Because I can't really see the design on this too much, I'm not going to worry about positioning it exactly as it was. So I'm just going to put that right on top like that. And pick it up. And I'm going in with Mango Melody. And I'm not liking that as much. Okay, I'm going to try something now. I'm bringing in my white craft ink, picking some up on just a piece of sponge. And I'm just going to lightly go over top, just to kind of tone that down a bit. Okay, so now I'm taking my embossing buddy. I had somebody ask in the last video why Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry this anymore. I don't know. I wish they did, to be honest. Maybe they'll bring them back. Not real sure. Okay, so did I put that stamp away already? No. Okay, I'm bringing this guy back. I don't know how he was on there, but we're going to put him on like that. And this time, I am going to use my Versamark ink pad. And I'm actually going to stamp this twice too, just for good measure. And I'm going to emboss this in clear. It's not bad. I kind of wish I had the whole circle embossed. I am going to do that again because I want my whole moon to be embossed. Honestly, I'm kind of wishing that I hadn't embossed, but I'm going with it. I'm going with it. I am going to bring my pencils back, and I'm going to bring my white. I'm going to take my black memento, and I'm going to go around the edges with that now. It's going to end up looking like a Halloween card, for heaven's sakes. No, I think it'll still look kind of cool. And see, some of the colors that I used when I very first did this are coming through and looking good. The only thing I really wish I hadn't done was emboss that moon. I think, let's see. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm using the cutout, and I'm positioning this right on top, and I'm just gonna dab this right on. Probably just should have done this in the first place. Now let's try it. Okay, I am much happier with that. And it looks pretty darn cool. I really didn't need the moon stamp, did I? I just needed my circle, because you can't even see the moon design, right? You can't even see it with everything I have going on there. Well, you know, you gotta try. Try and play, try and play. So now, just because it's a bit dark, I want to brighten it up a bit. I'm using just a white gel pen that I have, and I'm just gonna add some little tiny white dots here and there. They can be the stars in the sky. I am going to bring this back in and tear this little bit off, because as I was adding the stars, I was thinking I need to have kind of like ground, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna put this here and bring in my mossy meadow and my good old blending brush, and I'm just gonna go right around this, and I do want it to be kind of dark. I'm gonna do some in my black as well. I'm going to take my clear Wink of Stella and add some to the thistles, which is going to also blend those watercolor pencils together as well. And as you can see, it's brightening them up and making them just pop on this card. Trying to pick my card base, I was debating the smoky slate, and then this is garden green. And it's a tough call, but I'm thinking the smoky slate. Okay, I'll just put that on. And then for the inside of my card, with the smoky slate, stamp that on like so. I'm gonna bring Mr. Moon back in, because I really like that moon. My stamp apparatus back in too. I'm gonna stamp that with smoky slate also. Just gonna grab the happy birthday from Peaceful Moments. And then I can add my little 2 cents after that. There is the card all finished. I think it turned out not too badly. I know I had a lot of fun making it. There are some things I would do differently next time, because this is definitely a technique I'm going to want to play with often. But I hope you enjoyed watching the process. I'm sure there was moments where you were shaking your head or scratching your head or nodding your head, but I hope you enjoyed watching me play regardless, and that you're inspired to play with your stamps and ink and paper and just have fun creating. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. Happy stamping!